Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm on an interview with one of my clients, Luca. So, Luca, why don't you start off by introducing yourself and really telling people about what you do?
Sure, yeah. So on socials, I'm Luca J. Peterson. I mean, I make content about all sorts, really. I mean, I started with photography content. Now I'm moving much more into business, travel, growing on social media content. I help content creators, people who have a skill, leverage social media so that they can grow on there and turn it into a business as well. And amongst that, just a lot of crazy videos as well. It's kind of like whatever we want to come up with, we just go ahead and do it. It's very fun.
Most definitely. So, whereabouts are you at currently now in regards to your followers, for your personal brand? Really, you being able to attract clients each day as a result of your content. Kind of, how's that process at with the amount of followers you have, etc.?
Yeah, good. I'm working on building the back end systems. We're at about just below 320K on Instagram, which is my main platform, and then looking to roll out into other platforms from there. But Instagram's the main driver at the moment, and yeah, it's going well. It's good. We're
Most
growing. We
definitely.
get consistently good views.
So, are you using Instagram to be able to attract clients to your offer where you help aspiring creators? Is that kind of your main driver?
Yeah, Instagram is basically my top of funnel. Instagram is my top of funnel to lead into earned audience and then nurture down into clients, basically. So Instagram is the very top. It's the beginning of all of that.
And as a result of the content we're really helping you with, how's it with just getting prospects coming to you each day who's watched your videos and then want to see how you can potentially help them?
Yeah, well, it's great because I can focus on the business side of things if I'm not focusing on producing every single piece of content, which is what I used to do when I started. So it gives me now um, the chance to just basically focus on the real lever moving tasks, and the content is taken care of, which gets the eyeballs, leads them into the lead nurture systems, and then I can take it from there. I can spend my time in that, which is the biggest revenue driver.
So, kind of tell me about what it was like before working with us, because you mentioned how you were doing your content yourself. Well, did that make it hard to really be attract people predictably, really be consistent with creating content? Was it kind of inconsistent uploads? Kind of tell me a bit about that.
It wasn't inconsistent uploads. I always used to stick to an upload. So I've uploaded every day on Instagram. Gosh, for the last since the end of 2021, probably. I've always committed to that. However, the difference is back then it took a lot of my time. A lot of my time was, coming up with the video ideas, then shooting them, and then editing them from there, which takes a long time. So I couldn't really focus on the business side of things. It very much kind of got in the way. Whereas now that I can, it's much more streamlined. It's much easier.
So, how long would you say you were spending to edit a video?
Oof, I can get carried away. Once I start, I like editing. Don't get me wrong. And once I start, I can get carried away. So, I mean, it'd take on average, like, if it's a quick one, probably like 3 hours. Three or four, three-ish hours, sometime around that. Let's say roughly around that on average.
Wow. And with you working with us now, how many hours would you say, let's say per week and then per month, you're really spending on content as a whole?
Well, let's. Maths isn't my strong point, so let's do 7 times 30. That would be 210 hours. Is that right? No, I just. What did I do then?
Seven times.
Yeah, why would it be 7 times 30? See, I told you the maths wasn't my strong point. It would be. I mean, if it's on average, it's an average 20 something hours a week. So let's say on average a day a week ish. So 4 days of the month comes back from that. If on average, that's how long I'm spending editing content.
Wow. And then was that last before working with us, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I've had multiple editors. I think finding an editor is more difficult than maybe one would seem because I'm very keen to work with people who also want to like deliver the best and also want to strive and grow. So finding an editor for that can work with and mold to kind of my style of content because I don't just want my content to be like the plug and play that we see all over social media. We want it to be very different, and so before that, I've worked with multiple editors until I came to you guys eventually. Got
Yeah,
referred.
and how have we really compared with being able to find your brand style in regards to turnaround times as opposed to other editors?
Good. Yeah. The It's efficient. It's efficient and it's also clear. Communication's a big one. I've struggled in the past with things get in the way and communication can get difficult and time zones and stuff. Communication's been clear and efficient and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Imminent.
So by us really just doing all of this for you, once again, it just really allows you to focus on just signing new clients right into your new program, which you're releasing, helping creators out, right?
Yeah, so that's released. It's out now. This gives me the focus to be able to do that. The leave and moving tasks which drive revenue. Um, Content's amazing and it's the lifeblood of my business because for that I need the eyeballs which leads down to the bottom of the funnel. But me being able to focus on the funnel part of it and converting there and having those conversations is a much better way for me to spend my time than it is editing.
Would you say by you creating content that really speaks to your dream client is edited really well, is really helping with the nurturing process? So when they do move down to the middle, bottom of your funnel, they're in a sense already pre-sold, pre-qualified because they know exactly what you can do for them and the results they can achieve from working with you from your content.
Yeah, there's some crazy stat or something, and it's like you need to spend 7 hours with a creator before you fully trust them or you're fully like on board with them. 7 hours on Instagram is a lot more difficult than podcast or YouTube, obviously, because of the style of content. So if the content is good, people remember it, people spend more time on it, and therefore you're going to hit that seven quicker. And for sure, I get a lot that people say that they really love the content and the editing style. I get that a lot, or pretty much weekly.
So, from our last meeting where I really spoke to you, we were discussing the benefits of us also doing long form content so you can speed up that sales cycle because you're going to have more flexibility in creating longer videos.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, long form is going to be a key focus once I settle from moving countries. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because anything you can do to just increase the speed of conversion, though, it would be very important.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing to note as well with what your personal brands allowed you to do. Luca's recently just moved from the UK to California, and everything's still up and running with his personal brand. Not much has changed apart from the time zone.
That's it. The time zone's an interesting one. Waking up and everyone's already been awake for 7 hours, which is interesting to get used to. But yeah, it's a key thing for me. It's really important that I am building a personal brand and a business around the lifestyle that I want to live, which does include a lot of travel. I don't want to be tied to a certain area just to be able to, run things. I want to be able to up and move country if I can. I've got a lot of travel plans coming up, and being able to streamline the process of having the content delivered and everything run online is the ideal situation.
Yeah, and I really think that's a great thing about growing a personal brand, creating content, especially if you do it correctly. It really allows you to focus on what you're amazing at, which is, of course, the recording process. And when you have a really good team behind you, they can really help you with everything else. So you have that location freedom, time freedom, and also the ability to focus on, as you said, other parts of your business. We're still really having peace of mind that you're growing your personal brand in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. As streamlined as the whole thing can be, the better.
Out of interest, what would you say to a business owner who's doing extremely well, but they haven't yet really decided to start building a personal brand, creating content for their business? Would you say for them to do it or not?
I would say it's the greatest opportunity of our generation.
Oh,
I
really?
genuinely think I completely agree. I genuinely think that building a personal brand on social media is the greatest opportunity of our generation. The reason is because you've just got unparalleled leverage. It's just how many people are you going to reach with your content? It could be huge. And as we see now, the biggest creators are building the next, what are going to be the next, hundreds of $1 million businesses. You see creators bringing out drinks brands or supplement brands or clothing brands or even deodorant brands or whatever it is. They're bringing these out, and these businesses are huge. And they do that because they are creator. They're leveraging their audience to be able to do that. Having an audience on social media gives you leverage to be able to do whatever you want. You'll be able to build whatever business you want. So I think, especially for if you're a business owner already and you have that business, it's a no-brainer because you're only just going to get more eyeballs on your business and what your business is doing, and therefore get more clients. The beauty about social media is you can target an exact person with your content. You're in charge. You're in charge of who you're talking to. So make the content that speaks to them, do it on volume and consistently, you'll start to grow.
And I think it's also important to add, if you're looking at some of the biggest businesses right now who are already massive before social media, like Coca-Cola, etc., they're now becoming very personal brand driven, with the CEOs actually creating their own content, which really helps customers further connect with them, and as a result want to buy, not just for the product, but to really be connected to the whole community, the whole culture as a whole.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Businesses are becoming founder driven content. The kind of masquerade of the corporation that's just this big label and you don't actually know who's behind it is changing. People are a lot more interested in the personalities behind it and why they're building what they're building. Yeah, massive companies are doing it a lot. Even Instagram, which is the CEO of Instagram Missouri, is always on camera. He's always making content. Instagram could just release a statement from their Instagram account, but now there's a face tied to it. He's the CEO of Instagram, so he's the face of it, and he's the one giving the information and talking like it's his own personal thing.
Most definitely. So I really think for any business owner who's already successful, would you say just for them to start creating content?
It's a no brainer. It's a no brainer because the leverage is massive. You've just got access to the whole of the online world. There's no boundary of who you're accessing, and it's free. It's free organic attention.
My final question to you, Luca, is for anyone who may be on the verge of potentially booking a call with me to really see how we can help them with their content, what would you say to them?
I would say that the best hire that I made was editing service, is what I would say, because it allows me to focus on everything that actually moves the needle and big lever moving tasks. So I would say it's been the best hire so far is the editing service.
Thank you very much for your time, Luca. And yeah, guys, if you do want to see how we can potentially help you with your content from ideation, scripting, editing, everything else, if you go to the description within this call, you're going to see a link to book a completely free content strategy call with me. So make sure to click on that, and I'm super excited to connect with you guys soon.